So it has come to my attention that a bad bitch like you is still waiting on the achievements, the bikini body, her parents to finally accept her crush to finally notice her, the perfect grades for her to feel like she's finally worthy of expressing herself as authentically as she should be. Oh honey, do you not get the concept? True confidence is having the audacity to express yourself as authentically, as boldly as possible, because you don't give a flying fuck what anybody has to say about you. Society has tricked you into thinking that if you pretend like you don't want too much, you're not that ambitious. If you pretend like you're nice and you're just easygoing, then people are finally going to accept you. And yet, you're the only person who's having to face the consequences of still not choosing yourself. Every single day that you don't choose yourself, other people are benefiting from you putting yourself last. And that is why they don't want you to put yourself first. They don't want you to actually know who the fuck you are and carry yourself as that. Because let me tell you something, babes. It is your birthright to have the desires of your heart. Your worthiness is inborn. The moment you were born, you became worthy of every single thing on this planet. Your worthiness does not come from how hard you hustle. Your worthiness does not come from your grades. It doesn't come from how pretty you are. It doesn't come from how good you are. It doesn't come from the mistakes that you've made. True confidence is having the audacity to step into your divine worthiness. Your divine worthiness means when you were born, that is all that needed to happen for you to become worthy of anything. And every single person in this planet has the same intrinsic value. Once you understand that this is your world and we're literally just living in it, you understand how much power you have and you take your power back. I know they told you that true confidence is quiet. True confidence doesn't have to shout. When you've been conditioned for such a long time to feel small, to feel like you're not enough, once you start tapping into that level of knowing and that level of confidence, that initial expression of confidence is not going to be quiet, because there's a lot of pent-up anger. This entire time you've been playing small and you didn't have to. That initial expression of confidence is not going to feel light-hearted. It's not going to feel like an inner knowing. It's going to feel like a roar of a woman who is tired of choosing everybody else but herself and has finally decided to choose herself. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to look like old money aesthetic. It's going to be bold. It's going to be unapologetic. It's going to be raw. It's going to be unfiltered. It's going to be you confidence. So let's get into it. As you can see, I'm in the house, fur coat. We're in spring right now, but I'm wearing a fur coat and I was even wearing my shades. I only took them off because I have two lights in front of me and they keep reflecting on the lenses and it's just looking a bit tacky. So I'm gonna take them off because I need you guys to see me face to face. If this is your first time here, this is not the first confidence video that I've done. I personally think that I'm a confidence queen. I truly understand what confidence actually means because I have had to unlearn so many things in my own journey to get to the point where I am so unapologetic about my expression and I really don't care. I don't care what anybody has to say about me. I am who I am. Take it or leave it. I am not going to water myself down to make somebody else feel comfortable. If you cannot come to my level, leave me the hell alone. And that is the attitude that you need to step into, because every single time you water yourself down, every single time you think, okay, let me be humble, let me just not do too much. If you are a woman, you need to become a menace. You need to be so unapologetic about who the hell you are. People know not to play with you. If a man does the same thing, they're gonna say, oh yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's aggressive, he's business-minded, he's strong, he's bold. But if a woman does it, she's bitchy. Who the hell does she think she is? Humble yourself. You are 5 out of 10 anyway. Once the world recognizes that a woman really doesn't care to be validated by anyone, everybody is now concerned. What's going on with her? Somebody needs to humble her. You're just a 5. Calm down. You're not even even that pretty. Your value is intrinsic. Your value comes from the fact that you are one with God. Do you understand that? Have you actually noticed that the metrics that they use to measure our worthiness, it keeps moving and moving and moving? But the one thing that doesn't change is you, who you are on an intrinsic level, on an internal level. When you get to the point where you understand your worthiness comes from within, your worthiness comes from who you are from within. It doesn't come from what you look like and the things that you're wearing. I remember the last video I did, a few people were in the comment section saying, oh yeah, of course it's easy for you to talk about confidence when you look like that. You're pretty, of course it's easy for you. If all it took was being pretty to be successful or to be accepted, how come there are people that have managed to literally get the world to conform to them without all of that? Why on earth am I even calling it fuck you confidence? Women have really been conditioned to think that shrinking yourself or being selfless or putting yourself last somehow is an honorable trait. It's not because I'm telling you guys to be arrogant or to think that you're better than other people or to think that you need to be rude. Women have been taught to make themselves small for everybody else. We grew up hearing, just let him do it. Boys will be boys. Just let him win. Just let him feel good about himself, because you know how men are with their egos. And that narrative is cultivated from a young age, and we end up growing up into women who put everybody else but themselves first. And the world has benefited from you doing that for such a long time, and that's why they don't want you to understand that your worthiness comes from within. They want to keep pushing the bar for that worthiness. If you get this body, then you're finally going to have permission to be confident. But the game is rigged, because those qualifications keep moving further and further and further away. They started by telling us that we need to be skinny as a stick and never eat in our lives, and a lot of us grew up seeing that. Then along the way they told us that being slim, thick and having big titties and a big ass is what is in. Then now they're telling us that, oh, actually being skinny is back, and now people are even taking Ozempic to get themselves to be skinny. What point does it stop? When are you finally supposed to get there and feel like you're worthy? Because now they're looking at the girls who got a BBL saying that, oh yeah, that's too much, now that's tacky, now that's ghetto. Or if you're dressing like this, that's not old money aesthetic. Now if you're wearing color, you're tacky, you're doing too much. Now they're even telling you that true confidence is quiet. True confidence is like old money aesthetic and wealth whispers and I don't know, blah blah blah, nyef nyef nyef. All these people are just speaking a bunch of nonsense from outside the club they can't even get in. How long are you going to live your life based on other people's approval? Your worthiness does not come from how hard you hustle. It doesn't come from how hard you're going in the gym. I'm not discounting any of these things, because of course it's nice to get the grades. It's nice to go to the gym and take care of your body and be financially free. But those are not the things that make you worthy. Those things are nice to experience. It's nice to have. They make life easier, but they are not the things that define you, because they can be taken away from you at any point. You could lose all your money. You could lose all your beauty. Do you see how bullshit of a system that is? Once you understand that being bold and radically giving yourself permission to express yourself as loudly and as boldly as you want is true confidence, then you are free. You can literally do, be, or have anything on this planet. You don't have to negotiate about anything. I always cringe when I hear people negotiating with God, saying that, oh God, if you just give me this, I'm never gonna ask for anything again. If you just do this for me, I'm going to be good and I'm going to be... Why are you negotiating with God? Do you not understand that it doesn't take God anything to give you exactly what you want? You want 30,000 pounds, but now you're negotiating with God saying, okay, if you just give me 500, I'll be grateful. Do you not understand that it is your birthright to have the desires of your heart? And this is not to say that you shouldn't be putting in the work to achieve the things that you want to achieve. You're mistaking effort for worthiness. Effort is not worthiness. Your worthiness is inborn. It comes with just you being you. Women like Wizard Liz literally show up on YouTube like once or twice a month, and she'll do like 1 or 2 videos in a month that will get like 5 million views, and now she has like 7 million subscribers or whatever, and she doesn't have to be so consistent. She doesn't have to be SEO and thumbnail this and edit on this software and do all this thing. She doesn't do none of those things, but somehow she's succeeding. And I know what you're probably gonna say, oh, it's because she's pretty. Okay, there's a lot of other pretty people that are not where she is. So how come other pretty people are not where she is? She knows her value, and so she shows up as that. And when people watch her videos, they feel her aura through the screen. You can tell when somebody believes the things they say. A lot of people try to sort of replicate the same content as Wizard Liz, and when you watch it, you can sort of feel the energy, the aura through the screen. You can tell that, okay, this person is just saying these things, but they don't actually believe it. When you listen to Wizard Liz, you can tell this is a woman that knows exactly what she's saying because she lives by what she says. You can feel from her aura, from the way she carries herself, you can feel that it's like an inner knowing, and you know that the world is going to conform to what you want, because it literally will. People see you the way you see yourself. If you see yourself and you don't think you're worthy, you don't think you deserve that opportunity, you think that that group of friends that you want to hang out with are cooler than you, subconsciously people pick up on those messages. People actually pick up on a vibe. Have you ever just hung out with someone and been like, I don't know what it is about them, I just don't like them? That's because you can feel people's energies, you can feel their vibe, you can feel when someone doesn't rate themselves and it's repulsive. The world is going to show you exactly who you think you are. You don't think you're worthy? Okay, we'll show you how much you're not worthy. You think that you're everything and then some? We're gonna show you how much you are everything and then some. You decide how your reality is going to be. It is the mirror principle once again. Every single thing that you believe about yourself, it will always be reflected back to you. Every single time. Why do people treat me like a joke? Why am I the one who's never chosen? Why am I the one who's this? Why am I the one who's always the victim? I'm always the victim. People never choose me. Do you choose yourself? How can you expect to be chosen when you don't even choose yourself? You're expecting other people to see your worth when you're busy looking at yourself saying that you're good for nothing. You're expecting people to see your value. You don't even see your value. Think of the world as a mirror. The world is a mirror. It will reflect what you feel inside. So true confidence is what you feel about yourself when no one is watching, when no one is clapping for you. Is when you continue to pursue your dreams even when you're not seeing the change, even when no one is noticing. Is when you continue to believe that you are good enough even when the world is still readjusting to the shift that you have made. Because what's going to happen when you start shifting your internal state of being, when you start shifting your identity from the inside out, there's going to be a lag. There's going to be a period of time where reality still looks the same. It's still going to look like nothing has happened. And in that period, you need to stay committed to the goal within you. Every single thing was once a thought in somebody's mind. Is it Thomas Edison who invented the light bulb? I think he did that in a time where a light bulb did not exist. He literally had to come up with the idea in his mind of a light bulb and figure out how he's going to make it physically possible, and then make so many mistakes until he finally had a light bulb moment, which ended up being a light bulb. Confidence is a state of being. It's not a state of doing. It's a state of mind. It's how you view yourself. It's an identity thing. You probably have worked with a boss or a manager that you look at and you're like, I literally have more qualifications than you, but somehow you're my manager, somehow you're my boss. Know somebody in your life that seems to beat all the odds. They don't have the body, they don't have the face, they don't have all this feminine energy and blah 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 that people talk about, but somehow everyone seems to bow down to them. They understand that their confidence is an internal state of being. You're considered delusional and crazy until you make it. Once you make it, they start saying, oh yeah, we always knew. Oh yeah, she was real smart. Oh, she knew what she was doing. When Dochi was filming her little YouTube videos in her room, no one really cared. No one cared about her. If you actually go to her old videos, some of them are at like, 1,000 views, 900 views, because people were not really checking for her like that. But now that she's a big deal, now that she's successful, now that everybody's talking about her, they're like, oh wow, that is an example of hard work and persistence. Giving yourself radical permission to fully and wholeheartedly express yourself as authentically as possible, with or without people's validation, with or without fear. You cannot fail because God cannot fail, and you are one with God. When you're no longer addicted to being liked, you're finally free to be powerful because you can be who the hell you want. You don't care about being liked. No one has ever broken records by doing what other people told them to do. I have built an online community for myself, and the one thing that I constantly keep reminding myself is it doesn't matter how good a video of mine performs, I will never attach my value to my audience. I love you guys to death. I am happy when you guys watch my videos and engage with my videos, but I have to constantly remind myself that my worthiness does not come from this. My worthiness does not come from the views that I get. I post my videos because I want to post them, because I took the time to create that piece of content and I liked it and I posted it. And so my confidence comes from within. It comes from the fact that I continue to show up no matter what. So I stay detached from whatever it is that is happening with my videos. Whether they perform well or not, that's none of my business. I had to completely detach from the validation that I get from my audience because I had got to a point where whenever my videos wouldn't do well, I wanted to quit. If I had done that earlier on, I feel like I would have been so much further. I started allowing myself to be validated by my audience, and whenever my videos didn't perform well, I felt like I was falling short. I felt like I wasn't enough. I felt like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I would compare myself to other creators. And I realized that I had externalized my power. I had externalized my confidence. I made my worthiness the responsibility of somebody else. My confidence the responsibility of my audience. My audience would dictate if I feel worthy enough. I remember when I did the first confidence video and it did really well, I panicked, guys. I panicked because I was like, oh my god, okay, now the video has done well. How am I gonna top this video? I feel like I just got lucky and now I don't know how to show up. And me coming back with this second confidence video is because I have come to the conclusion that true confidence is just audacity. Being so audacious to think that you're so worthy. To other people who don't understand what confidence is, it looks like you're being obnoxious. And I had to get to that level with myself. Of course, it's nice when I get the views. It's nice when I get the validation. It's always nice when all these things happen. I'm not saying that it doesn't feel nice. Of course it does. You're a human being. I have had to get to a point where I am very neutral to everything. I don't allow the highs and the lows in life to take me as they please. If something bad happens, I stay neutral. If something good happens, I stay neutral. And I know that I can celebrate and I can feel sad and express my emotions without becoming my emotion. So if it's permission that you needed to be as bold and as loud and as confident as you need to be, I'm giving you that permission. I don't want this to be another video that you just watch and feel nice about, and then once you click off, you don't know what the hell you're supposed to be doing. The way you start cultivating confidence in your life every single day is by embodying. Embodying is different from faking it till you make it. I know they tell you fake it till you make it. That doesn't work, because faking it till you make it means that your identity still has not shifted. You're still looking at things from the outside in. You're looking at what confident people normally look like and then trying to be like them, trying to emulate them. And that's why it doesn't feel natural. It feels like you're literally faking. Anything that doesn't align with your true identity, it's never going to work long term. But in the grand scheme of things, because I'm looking at a permanent solution, you need to embody. Embodying means going from the inside out, because the confident version of you already exists now. It's not a version of you in the future. In fact, I would argue that the confident version of yourself is the most authentic version of you. Who you think you are right now has been heavily influenced by a lot of conditioning. You've been conditioned from society, you've been taught by your parents to be a certain type of way, your experiences have limited you, so who you are expressing yourself as right now is not who you actually are. It's you plus experiences and heartbreaks and failures and all that. There's a lot of things that are clouding your judgment. Have you ever seen a child look at themselves in the mirror? Children think they are the most beautiful things ever. In fact, I truly think that children are the most narcissistic people ever, because that is exactly how we're supposed to be. Children are so innocent. They are literally so pure. And it's the world that starts to poison them. 30 years later, they don't even recognize themselves. I read the book and The Alter Ego, and I remember, I think there was a part where the author was saying that a lot of times when people start tapping into their alter egos, they actually realize that that has always been the truest version of themselves. They're just finally giving themselves permission to show up like that. Having an alter ego or embodying the best version of yourself is not faking it till you make it. It's tapping into the godlike version of you, the version of you that is not limited, the version of you that is infinite, that is completely unlimited, and that is the truest version of you. So I need you to sit down for like 2 minutes and visualize what the best version of yourself looks like. How does she dress? How does she talk? How does she speak? How does she carry herself? How does she feel about herself? What does her day-to-day activities look like? Would she be entertaining that piece of shit that you're entertaining right now? Once that vision has become very clear in your head, then I want you to start living from that. It's not putting on a mask and then removing it. It's literally living like that person, doing everything like that person. So the best version of you is not waiting for the bikini body for her to feel confident. She in fact has cleared out her closet. She doesn't even wear sweatpants anymore because she doesn't want to hide her body. She likes to feel confident in what she's wearing. She's wearing clothes that are accentuating her features because she doesn't want to hide herself in sweatpants anymore because she already has her dream body. So you have no business continuing to hide yourself in your sweatpants because you're working on your dream body. Confidence is literally a muscle that needs to be exercised as much as possible for it to become comfortable. The first day you start embodying yourself, it's going to feel a little fake. It's going to feel like you're playing make-believe like a child. But the more you do it, the more real it's going to become. And once you start practicing keeping your words to yourself, showing up exactly how you said you were going to show up, you said you're never going to put yourself in a situation like that again, and then you actually followed through. Now you're building a portfolio of proof. Now you're actually telling yourself that I can trust myself. If I say I'm going to do this, I actually do it. I said I was going to go to the gym because I'm the kind of person who goes to the gym, and I actually went. You know you can trust yourself. You have enough proof of every single time you continued to show up, even when no one was paying attention, even when no one was clapping for you, even when people didn't actually care about you. You shifted your identity and you started showing up like that. You know that you can trust yourself. You feel safe within yourself. True confidence is not about being rude. It's not about thinking that you're better than other people. It's about giving yourself radical permission to be as loud and as bold in the way you express yourself, with or without the validation. It's finally understanding that your worthiness comes from you, and you don't need to shrink yourself down for anybody. And any single time that someone has made you feel bad for putting yourself first, guess what? That person is benefiting from you putting yourself last. And that's why they're saying that you're selfish. Who's actually selfish? The one who is putting themselves first, or the one who's complaining that you're putting yourself first? Let this be the last day in your life that you allow other people to dictate if you're good enough or not. If you want to do it, you do it. If it aligns with the best version of yourself, do it. Don't care about what anyone else has to say about it. Why are you allowing somebody else that doesn't even know themselves to tell you what to do? They don't even feel worthy themselves. They feel so small about themselves that they've had to settle for manipulation and gaslighting for them to attract people in their life, because that's how small they feel about themselves. The only way they can feel good about themselves is by putting down other people. And those other people that you're allowing to impact the way you feel about yourself, today is the day you say